What's everybody doing tonight? How you doing? It's Frequency Friday, and I'm stoned as hell, of course. And today we're going to be looking at magnetism. Let me figure out where we're going here. And if you guys don't know, I use magnets in my water, magnetic water for growing, and that's how I always feed my plants, with magnets. And we're going to discover some dope ass stuff just like that. This guy. We just had that show the other day. Get this sucker going here. This will be a short one, probably, because we'll do just a little bit of knowledge, but then we'll do another Frequency Friday that has practical application, right, of different things. So here, let's check this out real quick.
Let's talk about RFK.
I believe that it's a woman's right to choose.
Robert F. Kennedy Jr. wants to restore abortion rights nationally. He's a pro-choice, progressive Democrat with a long record fighting for abortion rights. That's the real RFK.
Any gardener or farmer desires for faster, better and bigger plants with higher yields. The information gained from this experiment may be used to help gardeners achieve a great success in gardening and farming. In our previous episode, we investigated the effect of electricity on seed germination and plant growth. You can watch that episode from an end screen link at the end of this episode. In this experiment, we'll investigate the effect of magnetism on seed germination and plant growth and evaluate the results on day 4, day 6, day 8 and so on. Even this experiment can be a very good school project for kids. Now, let's start with hypothesis, which states seeds germinate faster and plants grow faster and stronger in the presence of magnetic field in the soil. Now, the materials and methods. We need 3 plastic containers, strong magnets, identical potting mix for all the 3 containers, identical seeds, a ruler or a measuring tape. Then the constants in the study are the potting mix, the water the plant receives, the location or the light the plant receives, and the seeds. Now the procedure. Label the 3 containers as A, B, and C. And pot C will be the control for the experiment. Fill the 3 containers with the identical potting mix. Then in pot A, place a permanent magnet in the center with the magnetic field being narrower and stronger. Then in pot B, insert multiple bar magnets around the container, preferably with the same polarity facing the plant, so as to create uniform magnetic field. You can determine polarity of the magnets using a compass needle if you have one. Then plant 3 identical seeds into all 3 containers. Pot A will receive the strongest magnetic field. Then water all the 3 containers with the same amount of water and place all the 3 containers at the same location, like on a windowsill. Now, let's look into the results. On day 4, you can clearly see the seed in container A, which received the highest magnetic field, has germinated, and there are no signs of sprouting in pot B and C. Then on day 5, you can see the seed in pot B with a weaker magnetic field has also germinated. No result yet in pot C. Pot A, there is further growth and nice little shoot has begun. Then on day 6, germination has begun even in the control pot, which received no magnetic field. Then pot A and B show more growth. Then on day 8, this hypothesis is getting proved. Plant in pot A is the tallest. Next comes the pot P, and then lastly pot C, that is control. So the conclusion is the results of the experiment clearly prove that magnetic field has a strong effect on the rate of seed germination and the plant growth. You can see the roots are stronger and much wider in pots A and B. Now, the question is, how do magnets affect plant growth? Please comment below with your feedback and ideas. Please give me a thumbs up if you found this video helpful. Share this video with your gardener friends and
So that's fascinating. Now, check this out. (1996) Florida State University Communications Group, Dr. Jen Chang, PhD, right? All these other people, engineering, professors, and all kinds of shit. Graduate assistants, all kinds of
It's Florida State University. My secret to success.
The following is a presentation of the Florida State University Communications Group.
Coming up on Missing, the story of Jack and the Beanstalk could come to life with the world's most powerful magnets. From university lab to the marketplace, higher education is cashing in on faculty inventions, university-based research, and here's your host, former NASA astronaut and 5-time space traveler, Dr. Norm Thaggett.
Hello, and welcome to another edition of Eureka, a program celebrating the university's role in searching for solutions to the problems of today and tomorrow. If you're like most people, your only use of magnets consists of placing them on the refrigerator door. But as we hear from Erica Ingleson, scientists are cultivating new uses for the world's most powerful magnets.
Imagine if your plants and vegetables could germinate twice as fast as they do now. This could soon become reality, thanks to the research of Florida State engineering professor Dr. Ching-Jeng Chen, who has been conducting research to determine the effects of powerful magnets on plant life. Chen has been working with magnets for the past 4 years and has found that they dramatically affect the speed of plant growth. Chen and his colleagues conduct their research at the National High Magnetic Field Laboratory, the only user facility of its kind in the Western Hemisphere. The laboratory develops and provides a variety of research magnets at the highest fields available in the world.
Using a 1.5 Tesla magnet, which is 30,000 times stronger than the Earth's magnetic field, Chen exposed plant and vegetable seeds at different time intervals. In addition, he used a control group of seeds that were not exposed to the magnets at all.
The seeds were then planted, and after several days, Chen found that the seeds exposed to the magnets grew more rapidly than those not exposed.
It's just very obviously they are growing twice, 3 times faster than those non-exposure ones. And so we have evidence to show that some optimal exposure to the magnetic field will grow best.
For example, a bean seed exposed to the magnet took just 45 days to germinate, flower, and produce pods, as compared to the 70 to 80 days it normally takes. More research is necessary before determining what causes the accelerated growth, but Chen believes a possible explanation is that the magnet alters the membrane structure of the plant, therefore allowing more water into the seed and encouraging germination. But what could this do for a person in the horticulture business?
Our juniper propagation, to be able to speed that up a little bit, because we have to wait on it a lot of times to root longer than the other material, which we could be able to schedule potting it in a different time frame.
The accelerated growth rate could also shorten harvest times, in turn alleviating damage caused by early winter frosts. There are also many other areas of agriculture and horticulture that could greatly benefit from the use of magnets.
We can look at the fruit industry, we can look at the flower industry, we can look at the vegetable industry, and most of all, probably the herb for medical application, which can be very expensive, very slow growing, such as the ginseng and the other herbs. So we are very excited. We try to do many experiments.
Plans for a magnetically enriched fertilizer are in the works, as well as a magnetic seed mixer to be used before planting. But the use of these magnets may reach well beyond the Earth's limits. An even more interesting application may result in growing vegetables and plants in space.
if an astronaut want to eat a fresh vegetable, because of space travel, you don't have a gravitational field to assist the plane to have an orientation of the flower going this way or root growing that way. So in the absence of the gravity, we thought that the magnet can provide a virtual gravity, so to speak, so that you can pull the root growing one side and have a plane going, the leaf growing another side.
Chen is currently writing a proposal to NASA's Center for Microgravity Research, so these magnetic experiments can be further tested. Reporting for Eureka, I'm Erica Ingleson.
I was involved in a plant growth experiment conducted on board the Space Shuttle Atlantis in 1992. If exposure to a magnetic field enhances plant growth in space, a benefit might be the practical production of food for a space crew. That could, in turn, make interplanetary spaceflight more practical.
This game.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to After Dark. It's electric. My name is Alex Pinigus.
It's so cool, but not for today. You can see all these different people's experiments for magnets. Here's magnets to seed exposure. So many people have done experiments.
The effect of magnets on plant growth. The positive effect of magnetism on plant, animal and human life has been studied since the discovery of magnetism in the 16th century. It wasn't until the 19th century, however, that Louis Pasteur observed the positive effect of the Earth's magnetic field on plant growth. Today, seed distributors magnetically treat seeds to encourage optimal plant growth. The dynamo effect. It is believed that Earth's magnetic field is a result of its rotations. Venus, a planet with a similar iron core, rotates only 234 Earth-day rotations and has no measurable magnetic field. A dynamo, or electric generator, which can sustain a magnetic field, is created by the rotation of the Earth and the electrical forces within the core. This rotation evokes the image of an electric generator and is therefore called a dynamo effect. This geomagnetism impacts everything on Earth, including plant life. Coconuts and magnetism. The effect of geomagnetism on plants can be best observed in the coconut tree. A 1987 math model study that observed more than 70,000 coconut trees throughout the world yielded results that suggest magnetism's effect on the tree. The foliar spiral direction varies with latitude, it found. An analysis of the data from this study indicates that latitudinal asymmetries in foliar spiral direction may be associated with the varying component of the Earth's magnetic field. Magnetic treatment of seeds. Select seed distributors magnetically treat seeds prior to sale. This magnetic treatment increases seed germination rates. Using magnets on seeds speeds up protein formation, which encourages root growth in all seeds, including those that are weak. Magnetic treatment also increases the quality of vegetables, fruits and cereals and can yield an increase of approximately 20% in a harvest. Magnetized water. Magnetizing water increases its solubility and filtering properties. The properties of magnetized water permit more nutrients to dissolve. Magnetized water allows for a deeper and larger root zone and dissolves more nutrients to stimulate plant growth. Fertilizers dissolve more easily in magnetized water and better penetrate plants. Seeds in space. The gravitational pull of the Earth is thought to be the reason that seeds know which direction to grow. Seeds grow up in the absence of light as they make their way through dark soil to the ground surface. A novel experiment by NASA plans to grow seeds in orbit with a high-gradient magnetic field in the growth chamber. Scientists believe that the starch grains will feel the magnetic force and will sink to the bottom of the cell as if pulled by gravity.
Fascinating stuff, ain't it? This guy's awesome too.
Back in 2022, I lost two very important people in my life. Big figures. It really wasn't until
take a look at the difference it makes when using magnetic water on crops. Look at that yield. Plant growth, mass, as well as yield can increase by up to 38% when watered with magnetic water. Magnetic water helps reduce fatigue and improve overall well-being. Magnetized water raises the pH of our bodies, allowing our body to detox. It's energy building, activating, and cleansing. Water is made up of hydrogen and oxygen, and these elements bond together in clusters of 10 to 12 molecules. Magnets affect this tension, causing them to break up into smaller molecules of 6 to 7 molecules, essentially making them more effective at hydration. Magnetic water is an easy and effective way to improve your health. Flowering plants grow larger and produce more flowers. A magnetic field is actually a toroidal vortex of convergent and divergent magnetic forces in a centrifugal and centripetal movement. This is why we do not need to physically vortex our water.
See that?
Magnetic water helps garden plants.
This is why we don't need to physically vortex the water. So now you see why that other vortex pattern, my pattern's better.
To grow faster and produce more. Magnetic water improves digestion and nutrient absorption, even more so when it's been used to water your garden. Magnetic water helps reduce the risk of kidney stress, stones, and UTIs. Because it hydrates so much better, you're less likely to weaken your kidney function by drinking too much water. Water stores information, and it's not always good what it stores. Look at the difference between ordinary tap water and water that's been prayed over. Magnetic water devices can erase bad memory. Which one do you want to put in your body? See for the first time how magnets form a sacred bi-ratio egg around itself inside of frozen water. Amazing at how the water inside of this egg does not freeze, even though both the ice and the water itself are pure laboratory quality water. Magnets do affect water in the real world in very real and tangible ways. And look at the streamers coming off the top and the bottom of this. That's the difference between the convergent and divergent magnetic vortex field. Indoor plant growth rate and size is also improved by watering them with magnetic water. Magnetic water helps improve mental clarity. Drinking magnetic water can reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease and high blood pressure, as well as reduce blood cell clumping that happens when you have dehydrated blood. Just look at the difference in these two pictures within seconds of drinking. Health and well-being from drinking magnetic water. As water is a paramagnetic polar molecule, it is affected by magnets on the centrifugal divergent point within the magnetic vortex. For the betterment of your health and your life and the life of your plants, click the link below in the description to learn more about an amazing magnetic water structuring device that outperforms anything else on the market. Discover why this process works so well.
It is, right? Yeah, we saw this one before. Here's a good one.
Before using Jobber, we were grossing about $500,000 a year, and now we're grossing nearly.
There it is. The Magnetic Plant Growth Accelerator. Under it this year is a banana pepper. Now the one under the accelerator is ripening to a deep red. All of the others, there's one small red one on this one. You can see it through there, you have to take my word for that. And one slightly orange one on that one. And all the way down here, as I post a bit more of this, are bananas that are nowhere near ripe. The one under the accelerator got some deep red peppers on it. The magnet strength has been increased this year on the rod ends and on the plate up there above it. So we'll just keep an eye on this. See you next time.
Interesting. There's some different magnets. All kinds of experiments. We've been doing this since, I believe, 2018 or 2019. And, you know, if you guys know me, you know that this is what I do. I drink magnetic water. I do everything with magnets. If you use magnetic water and then for some reason you aren't using magnetic water, you're going to realize it. You're going to be like, why aren't my plants growing right? And you're going to put the magnetic water in and you're like, oh, there we go. I'm trying to see if there's any more scientific things, but I think that's probably about it. For right now, this is going to be a good one. Magnets and plant growth, Sheldon Deal. Let's see. This is another good guy to watch. 7 minutes. It's so easy. A kid can do it. Right? But I think you guys get the idea. Magnetoculture. Put your magnets in it, man. And I think on another Frequency Friday, we'll do practical use, right? And show you how to use them in the magnet, in the soil, in the water, what you can do, what type of things you can buy and stuff. But there's your breadcrumb. Magnetoculture. That's one of the megaculture lineups. So we did electroculture, we did magnetoculture, and next up on the list will be sonic culture. That'll be next. So until then, you guys get your magnets, put them in your water, north facing up, if you didn't realize what they were talking about. You know, until next time, you guys take it easy.